Okay, we're just gonna hope the camera doesn't fall down again. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Sarah Brudenell, and I'm currently on exchange in Stockholm, Sweden, which is currently going amazing. I've been here for almost 6 months now, which is really crazy to think about, but what we're here to talk about today is your guys' upcoming exchange. See what we've got here? So the first question is, what do you wish you had known this time last year about exchange? For me, it's more of what I wish I would have listened to last year. I really wish I would have listened to the people who were warning me, especially about packing, because I overpacked to the extreme. My suitcase was almost over the 50-pound limit, just full of clothes basically, which is the main thing I wish I would have listened to people about, because everyone warned me, don't pack so much clothes, only bring a week or two's worth, because your style's gonna change, everything. I'm pretty sure people have told you this already, but please listen to them. I brought so much clothes, and I only wore them for about the first 2 weeks until I went out on a massive shopping spree and redid my entire wardrobe, and now I just have a bag of clothes that I haven't touched since I got here, and I really regret bringing it because I either have to bring it all back or get rid of it. I wish I would have listened to was people telling me about my language, especially here in Sweden. People were warning me it was going to be a bit rough to actually learn Swedish here, because so many people, especially here in Stockholm, they speak English, and while that can be good at some points, it's also a hindrance if you really want to learn the language, which is something I was really wanting to do. And I feel like I'm a bit behind everyone else just because everyone here speaks English, and it's very easy to just switch over to that if they don't understand you the first time. Which, if you're going to be in the same situation as me, just try to stick to the language. Just pretend you don't speak English if you have to. It just goes a lot better with learning it. That being said, I also recommend putting more time in on, learning your language. And that kind of brings me to the next question, is what advice would you give next year's outbound class in terms of learning language? Learn your language is the first thing. No, I don't expect anyone to be fluent by the time they're going to their country, but the more time you put into it, the closer you will be to that at some point. I can't do English today. But yeah, I would just recommend putting in a lot more time, with your language, more than you realize, and it'll just help out in the long run. I also recommend not just using Duolingo and writing and stuff. Try to find someone who speaks the language and just try to talk with them. It'll help, especially with pronunciation. With that, I guess we can move on to the next one. How have I changed, if at all, as the result of exchange? Right now, I kind of feel like I'm in the middle of changing, if that makes sense. I'm a lot more confident with people, I hope. And I feel as though I've become more easygoing with the way things move in my life, if that makes sense. I'm much more go with the flow. I think that's just something that's going to happen to a lot of you with exchange, because there's going to be speed bumps, there's going to be issues, of course, and you just kind of have to learn to deal with it. And finally, I'd say that something that's changed the most about me is my approach to friendship and stuff, which is kind of interesting, and I didn't really expect it. But especially here in Sweden, people are very reserved, so if you want to be friends with someone, you kind of have to make it happen yourself. People aren't just going to want to be friends with you just because you're the exchange student. But here, it's much more reserved culture, so I feel like I had to make myself known to people first, to make an effort to talk to them in order to get friends. Which, it's just changed my approach to relationships and friendships in general, I think. That being said, if I have one thing for you guys to take away from this, is just have fun with this year. That being said, good luck, you guys. I hope you have a lot of fun. Bye.